Hi everyone, welcome back to Through Alchemy. So this reading is going to be all about how does your person really feel. So we have 4 piles from the left to right. Pause if you need a little longer. Pick the one which calls your name the most. You could be drawn to more than one pile. And I'm going to start with pile number 1. Hello, pile number 1. You chose the determination card. Perseverance leads to fortune. So I feel that commitment is on table or in cards. Like that's what I'm really hearing. I heard the name Aisha. Aisha. I mean, can there be a sign bigger than that for somebody named Aisha? I'm getting a very Y2K 2016 vibe. Like something about nostalgia is over here. True love. So this person feels a very strong sense of affection, feeling, romance towards you. I think this is not a typical romantic person, but they feel towards you. I also feel like this person wants to or intends to show more love to you, because there's something that's changed within you. Now, I'm not saying that from their perspective, it could be, but I feel like energetically, who's watching this reading, you have changed some beliefs. You seem lighter to me. Suddenly, there's like an energy that you're lighter, you're calmer. You may have gone through a big cycle recently. Seems like you left some baggage behind. 7 of Wands in reverse. I heard pause. Okay, everybody look at me. I heard pause. Everybody look at me. So this person could have recently been added to your Instagram. There could have been a break. If this is a clean slate, no history, no bullshit. I just feel like this person is stalking you, looking at your profile. They're looking at the comments. They're trying to see if you're mingling with men or women, like whatever the opposite gender or something like that. This could be same sex. This is gender neutral reading, and this is a general reading. So take as much as it resonates with you. So I do feel that don't try to force anything. That's what I'm hearing if it doesn't resonate, but I'm pretty sure you'll find some message here. So 7 of Wands in reverses. It could mean two things. It could be both of you are caught off guard, or you will be caught off guard with this person's expression, self expression. They are feeling particularly more feminine. It's not that they're not masculine, trendy internet expertise. No, I just feel masculinity and femininity is quite liquid, it's fluid. It depends on what we really think is masculine and feminine. But over here, and the true essence of it, or textbook femininity, whatever it is, it's like this person feels very self expressive and very like their energy towards you seems very like, I feel quite not typically in the flow state of it, but I do feel some kind of way. This person could have recently turned spiritual. Honestly, that's what I'm hearing. Ace of Wands, yeah. There's a sense of spark. There's a sense of new beginning that I'm sensing. There's a sense of, I heard extracurriculum. That was a very random keyword, but it's there. I'm hearing 12, 12. Something about eucalyptus. This is eucalyptus candle. I don't particularly like this one because it kind of flares up my nostrils. I don't know if this is actually eucalyptus. Something could be quite prominent about aromatherapy. I mean, it is for me. I don't know if you're being suggested to just figure out your sense. Some of you, your tones could be around earthy, musky, woody, very earth sign. If that is, you're just like me. I love woody, musky scents. Um, it could be about a perfume as well, like fragrance notes, white leather. I think I'm seeing one of the most infamous, like Burberry Goddess. I think one of those bottles. It's not particularly, my thing, so I don't really know much about very, very fruity floral scents, but I am seeing that somebody could be using that. Yeah, I'm seeing Victoria's Secret. So this person, I feel like this person is remembering or got a whiff of your fragrance, so that's how they think that you really smell. There's a lot up there, and I feel very giddy. Like, the fragrance is kind of the thought of fragrance, or just what I'm really channeling is bringing up my sacral. Um, I think they're very curious about you sexually, and when I say sexually, it's not just about sex, but it's more about the maybe the foreplay. Maybe how do you really feel on the skin? What does it feel to be around you? There's a lot of arousal to the foreplay. It's not a cheap thought. I don't know how to place it anymore. Like, I feel like the intention behind sex does reveal if it's just lustful or it's passionate, and both of them have a very different experience. And I feel like this is not the cheap, lustful eye towards you. This is more passion. Like, I like someone, and that's why I feel aroused by them, and I want to touch them. So I want to really. Again, it's not about penetration. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The feeling that I get is more like I want to smell. I want to see. So this person could be, a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, because I have very strong earth in my chart, and this is like somewhere I also understand things. Or it could be water. For someone who has water, is like they're very driven by how somebody opens up their emotional world, and then they get attracted. So it could be possible that this person could be a sapiosexual as well. Like, we think it's like the articulation of human essence is also through the intellect. Like, how do I really see the world? Because when I see the world, I check my lens. When I check the lens, I also check my experiences that have shaped it. So there's a vibe of maybe water, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. If that is some of you that have that strongly in your chart, you'd know. I don't know. um, Now, for someone that's dealing with an air sign, I'd say that there's an air of, again, witty banter, like, maybe chartered accountant, lawyer, even doctor, some sort of PhD, maths, or picking up on even engineering, electrician. Like, there's something that's very digital as well for someone who's dealing with an air sign or is an air sign. I'm hearing particularly if you're dealing with an air sign. Also, even a Virgo, like a sneaky little Virgo is present over here. It's like this person, I feel something about scent, like scent. This person, I don't know what's the such prominence of scent over here. The scent, this could be scent of a woman. I think that's a movie, right? Listening, yeah. See, it's about I want to have conversations. It's like, it's a little bit up the hierarchy of sexual pleasures, mix of like a heart chakra and the crown chakra. Like, I want to know you, and I want to know you, and that really entices me. This is reminding me of this movie I saw, which was a fucking classic for me. It's called The Mirror Has Two Faces. I haven't posted about it. Like, I tend to post a few of these reviews on little things that I really do enjoy intellectually. Um, on my Instagram. You can find that down below. So it spoke about how when we're intellect in the movie, that was my interpretation, of course, is that how that movie showed that you crave everything, you crave companionship and everything, but then your primal needs lust and belongingness, or not, it's passion, not lust, but it's like this woman, she wanted to be devoured by this man, even though she had a very strong intellectual connection. So there's something very, very spicy about here. It's like, it's not just how you appear, or how this person could maybe just get enticed by your cleavage or something like that. It's something that's a little bit more mature. Honestly, that's what I'm gonna say. It's a bit more like, I'm not on my ape shit. um this person gives me a very professor vibe. So I'm not saying that they are a professor, but you could be some sort of teacher or something like that. But you could also be a dancer. There's something about this person who wants to feel your fingertips, wants to look at your toes. In fact, they want to look at your manicure. This person feels to me as a very attentive male species, if they are. So I think that maybe the fact that they are so feeling in love with you, and they find themselves at such a surprise. It takes them by surprise. Like, I'm so attracted to this person, but I'm not attracted to just how they look. Like, I want to know little quirks about them. There is a sense of maybe a little bit of like idealism. So I'm not gonna check that out, but I feel that there is a little bit of idealism with this person. They're kind of like, um, it's more about, when you're taking a sip of wine and you're like swirling it around and you're just like trying to take it in with your other senses before you take a sip. That's the vibe that I'm really feeling. I feel like this could all really be a long way to describe foreplay, realistically speaking. But there's no lust behind this. I feel there's curiosity. There's this person wants to go slow with you, and that could be a representation of how they're really feeling. Five of Wands in reverse and the Eight of Cups. I think this person wants to drop their internal, and they may be dropping this consciously. I don't want to fight my feelings. So this could be hindered by, people pleasing tendencies. What is the society going to think? It's almost like kind of grandiose for you to think that the world really cares just about who you date, Um, and I think that could be a humorous part of them, that is realizing that it isn't such a big of a deal. Who I choose to date is my business. But also, like, I don't know who they were so scared of is going to judge them for the choices that they make. I know certainly that it was not about you being any less for them. I think it was just about the choices. Maybe it's them who's always gone for a specific type of person, somebody that looks really good. And I think that you add a little bit of a mix of curiosity. That's something that's driving this person towards you. And then we have the card of listening. True understanding starts with listening in silence. I'm seeing something about your nails. Maybe you have really pretty nail beds, or like they find them very dainty. I don't know. Sacred space. I am picking up this energy in reverse. I take cards as I feel guided to, but I'm still going to be a bit open. Again, the theme of your reading is a bit of curiosity over here. The spirals over here talk about femininity. It's the oldest sign of femininity. It also talks about how we revisit every part of us again and again in spirals. And the fire lit under their ass, the Ace of Wands. So 21, this could be 21. This person could be 21. Um, Not to really bicker with ageism, but like this type of maturity does tend to come when you're leaning more towards your 30s. It is just a natural state of evolution and biology. I mean, when you're close to 21, you're still in young adulthood. It could be quite rare to witness someone that is in control of their raging hormones and, their desire to try out possibly every sex position. But I think that this is this is a situation where maybe they feel a sense of youthfulness with you as well, like this attraction. They kind of could have thought that marriage and relationships are going to be really boring, and that's why they could be someone that would have been not averse, but this is generally the pile of someone who wants, I'm picking up on a lot of sensory pleasure. This person could be definitely a Taurus, or they could have that trait, or they're leaning towards it. And this person could also be going through their Saturn return. But there's a sense of this person wants like skin to skin. They want to be close to someone. This is a person is craving a lot of intimacy. And I think with that type of intimacy, the maturity level in which they're really indulging in does not just come with physical intimacy. They're craving the emotional and the mental aspect. This person wants to be, it feels like, they feel awake. So they also want to be awoken. Is that a word? They just want to be close to someone, like in that sense. They want the whole Holy Trinity, the mind, body, and spirit. So I think that they are aware of the fact that this is spiritually awoken them, and they're physically aroused, but they're more curious about the physical aspect of being in your presence, like being wrapped around in your aura. That could be quite poetic because of the words that I'm really using. Um, they could be a writer. But there's something very intellectual about this energy, like even by profession, perhaps. Something that's like, I make my livelihood by this, but there's an aspect of me that's also there, which is very poetic or philosophical and things like that. The Three of Cups. I got a very sensitive message over here. Take it if it resonates. But some of you, this person could have been involved with your friends or somebody else that didn't work out, or this person checked out your friends. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna say it. I feel like this person thinks that you are one of the most good-looking people out of your friend group or something like that. Um, there's something that they're comparing you with your friend group. It's not their friend group, it's your friend group that they're looking at, and they're like, okay, this is the most good-looking one that I'm talking to. But there's something different about you. Maybe the other people are also conventionally attractive, but you really stand out to them, and you're a bit more reserved, but you have a quirky personality. But it's like you have a very, very sharp, mighty sword. You generally have a very, so I'm not gonna say strict, but a bittersweet sense of intellect or humor as well. Like very less people would understand. They quite enjoy it because maybe they do get it. I'm hearing quicksilver. I'm seeing a lot of lemon zest or lemon juice. So it's like it's got something to it. It really brings you back to your senses. It may taste a bit bitter, but it's really like I'm hearing it's a piece of art. Like I don't know what you really do, but this person is quite impressed by it, and I think they appreciate your individuality and your intellect. Really, I think that is what is a major turn on for them. Maybe they didn't realize they were such a sapiosexual, but you really, really drive them. Okay, so pile number one, this was your reading. I'm gonna leave it here. Information personal readings is given down below. Now I'm gonna see you guys in another one. Bye bye. Hello, pile number two. You chose the card of move forward, experience the grace of who you truly are. Getting a very psychic energy. I'm also hearing clairsentient. You could be picking up on a lot of things very accurately about this person. This person could be physically, verbally abusive. They could have a really mean language, or there's just something about them that's a bit mean that they're so used to, or they have crossed a line, or they have started becoming mean towards you. Spirits like, do not ignore any red flags. If you're thinking about the relationship deepening or marriage, these things only reveal who the person really is. They don't exactly guarantee a lot of change. So we have bear. This person's core beliefs and truths are being highlighted to at this point. So spirit is putting a lot of pressure on taking things as they really are, because whatever change you're expecting, they are saying that those fundamental beliefs really are there, despite this person being, smart or academic or professionally successful or financially well off. They are not signifying any sort of spiritual or emotionally prosperity over here. So they do want you to take these things somewhat as if this person remains exactly the way they are, do you want to be with them or settle down with them? I keep hearing something about settling down or marriage, to be very honest. We have tide in reverse. So this is the cards sail together with the rise and fall of the tides. So I feel like this person abandons you when, or they abandon this situation. I'm hearing case closed. Like this person decides that if they don't want to discuss something, they don't want to discuss it, and it leaves you strangled in the process of their emotional avoidance. And I think that has been doing um, some serious damage to your inner child, or this could be a future forecast for your situation as well, to be very honest. Move slow but steady. Okay, so this person could be someone that shows you or performs all the traditional, I'd say, um methodological steps of being in a relationship. Like there are things that you're recognizing, but I feel that these are nothing, they're not some, there's, but your person is not doing anything special, to be very honest. Okay, this is somewhat the I'm not gonna say exactly the bare minimum, but yeah, I mean, loyalty, friendship, being kind to your person, like these are the bare minimum. So there's something about this situation that you're exaggerating in your mind, thinking that wow, this person is amazing. But I really gotta say, and I was feeling this energy even before I sat down, is there's nothing special that your person is doing. This reminds me of that audio that went viral from Gilmore Girls, and then Lorelai, her grandmother, is like, he's just a boy, and you kind of go crazy, like you go boy crazy, and he's not the only guy in the world. And Lorelai is like, but maybe he really is. So there's something about the situation where you are going a bit crazy behind nothing special. um I'm hearing mathematician. I think you may be a bit crazy behind this person because they're giving you commitment. We have Four of Wands. Yeah, I feel like you're seeing it as a great structural start, but you're not seeing what are the ingredients to it. Like who's giving you what and what's it gonna be like. You're forgetting um other parts of this. So they keep on saying this very, very seriously and somewhat of a focal point. The things that you're seeing right now in a relationship are concealed, but when you enter into marriage and a lifelong partnership, these things become even more magnified. They don't just miraculously disappear. um in fact, I'm hearing something about like how a man can take leverage of the fact you're legally with him now, especially if you're finally, financially not independent. So, Eight of Wands in reverse. I feel like one of the main critiques in this reading is that this person doesn't communicate properly, and that's what their feelings are, and have been. They don't want to communicate about the things that you want to talk about. So that's what they're really highlighting over here. This person is refusing to like acknowledge, and they are aware that if I sound a bit funny, it's just because I have a face mask on. So I have a little bit less of facial range of movement right now. The Tower. So Scorpio, this person knows that there's a conversation about some really prominent things that need to be had, and this person, something about their mother figure. I don't know if this person like misbehaves with their mom also. It's not just about how they treat their mom, but it's also about how their father treats their mom. And that has a very strong subconscious imprint. So the way that they're behaving with you is probably got to do a lot with how their father behaves with their mom. And then this person feels the liberty, like the more that they're growing up, they're becoming egotistical in some shape or form. So Seven of Pentacles, this person has invested a lot in you, but I don't know why I get this energy of like misbehave. This person misbehaves. This person just has really bad manners. They don't have manners. I'm not getting much more than the fact that their behavior is such a big red flag. They don't treat women with respect. This person could be the type that I'm channeling very clearly only respects women that they find attractive. So they could have been A1 when they were pursuing you. And they do want commitment. I do see that. We have the Seven of Cups in reverse and the Ace of Swords. You are aware of these things, and you may have, as well as really analyzed this, sat down with your girlfriends, spoken about this, had a proper session of emotionally dissecting this person's behavior. But I think where you fall short, that Spirit wants to say, is you empathize too much with this person's behavior, their past pain. I don't know if you enable this person, but that's what Spirit is really saying. And it's like you haven't been wanting to listen to this, and they've been trying, your guys have been trying to find a way to like really kick some sense into you. Notice the obvious. They don't want you to be with someone that seriously doesn't even know how to talk to you properly. Just because they're pissed off, they think that it's everybody else's business to tolerate their bad manners. We have joy, gratitude, and intuition. I'm telling you, your intuition is saying something you don't want to acknowledge because you might be just too scared to be alone till the time you find somebody else. So really, it is just you don't want to be alone, because I had to say till the time you find somebody else. So you might feel safer if today I bring another person who's willing to commit to you and be with you, right? Then you'd leave this person. We have the elephant. So again, there is a lot of intuition. You have this knowledge, and spirit hasn't been able to find a way to talk to you about this. I keep on hearing there is nothing special that this person is doing or about them that makes them so rare. Retreat. Almost, I feel like the guideline is that you take more time to figure out what is it that you really are looking for. Is it just simple commitment, or is it more than that? So now I'm gonna really see how does this person feel right now. Okay, there's something I was saying about like mountains and Swiss Alps, and maybe this person is really rich. Okay, they could have a lot of assets, they could come from generational wealth. I do see that. Three of Pentacles in reverse, the Empress in reverse. They're not they don't feel very, um, you have a karmic bond with this person. So you bring out versions of them and they bring out versions of you at the core of it. So, however, we really feel about ourselves is being mirrored over here. You don't like their behavior, then they're showing you that this is what you also maybe don't like about yourself, or you're not facing this because you don't really want to succumb to all of this, but you still end up listening to this. I don't know what leverage this person has over you. There's something that you have, there's a dynamic between you where you just feel like you have to tolerate this. I'm not really sure about what this is. Like, there's something where you don't speak up, you don't, I don't know, if you don't give it back to them, like why? And even if you do, it's like why do you think this is the end of the world? That's what I really hear. um Moon in reverse again. I don't know if you feel like when you're away from this person you have too much anxiety, you feel depressed and you can't almost handle yourself. You have some level of codependency towards this person that makes you prone to tolerating their behavior. This person also has that, don't get me wrong, but it's like the dynamic that's between the both of you, why does it not show in them? It's like somewhere your energy seems to be under their thumb. Two of Wands. You're looking for somebody else to jump ship on before you can leave this person. I don't know if you're aware of it, but that's what I'm picking up in your energy. You feel too alone and weak to do this without somebody. So you need someone to practically hold your hand and get you out of the situation. And that's what Spirit really wants you to focus upon. If it's that difficult, then you should get professional help for a while. I mean, it's um, only fair because you do need emotional support. You feel lacking of emotional support in your life, and that's why you're not able to make the right decision over here, despite knowing that this is wrong for you. I feel like this person also has those feelings, but the dynamic plays out in such a manner that I feel like they have the upper hand in situations. I'm not really sure what it is really, but the dynamic has already been created. We subconsciously assign roles, you know. So self-love struggle in reverse in the integration card. Yeah, it's like something from your childhood. This is all about parental figures, like how they behave with you and how you behave with them. There's a lot of the way I've been assigned roles in terms of men and women, mother and father. That's the way that you're sharing this relationship. Maybe this person hasn't even offered you that much, but you're already being a wife or a husband to them. You're doing things that are beyond what you're really receiving. Okay, so I know this is not exactly about their feelings, but I wasn't going to disrupt the flow of spirit, and this is what I have for you, pile number two. I'm going to leave this reading here. I hope this was helpful information. Personal readings is given down below, and I'm going to see you guys in another one. Bye bye. Hello, pile number three. You chose the card of work of art. Be the portrait of divine beauty. This was your reading. How is this person currently feeling? There's a sense of urgency or impatience. This person feels excited, but feels like there's something they have to clarify or immediately tell you. Like there's something that they have to get across, okay? For whatsoever reason. For some of you, this was a friend. This was a friend of an ex, or this is your friend's ex. Some of you, this is like a bit of an, intertwined situation. We have divine timing, and I'm taking this card in reverse. I take cards that I feel guided to. Slow but steady movement in reverse. Exactly. It's like this person's got something that they just have to. Some things, some feelings, they sit in your chest. Some of them are in your stomach. The stomach one seems to be more giddy. Chest is kind of like a hard rock on your chest. Stomach is like, I just gotta pop this out there. Like, that's what I'm really feeling. It's suppression in the stomach. So, the question that they might want to ask could be something that definitely puts them quite out there. Oh, I said the question that they might want to ask. Okay. And it's gonna make them feel very seen. So it's gonna definitely put them out there in front of you, that they really want to ask you or say something. I'm not getting a very narrowed down situation where, I can tell exactly what is it that they want to tell, or even if it's a question. But for majority of you, it is a way of being. It is a way of taking this forward. It is a way of how they are. I don't know why I said it's a way of being, honestly. Okay. Beloved radical acceptance. Yeah, when they are gonna come forward with this communication, for a lot of you, I do want to say that some of you, your person has been sitting on this for a very long time. Some of you, your person is just capable of suppressing it, never really coming forward. But I do feel that there's some sort of motion in play where it will eventually come out, but it's like kind of picking, what's that saying, like pulling teeth or something like that. Like it's really difficult to get things out of this person. Or maybe it's not a personality type, but it could be in this situation it really is. And I feel like the main reason why is because it depends on them really putting themselves out there. Now, I know that when we're in the receiving end, we think like, why can't you just do it? And it's something that I have personally been, I wouldn't say slightly naive, because it comes very naturally to me that I can talk and indulge in very deep conversations, and I push myself, or it naturally has become a rhythm where I can be vulnerable. It's also part of discernment. You don't just learn that by magic. But for this person, and I do know some people in my life who have been very close to me, and they tell me that because this is natural to me and they admire it, it's very difficult for them. So they cannot withstand that depth, and they find it very difficult to open up and do the things that it leads to their childhood, like we could have the same experiences, but how we respond and turn out to be are two different um, attachments or reactions to it. So I really feel that maybe it's something that you have also experienced. Like, I can't say it, or I want to hide myself away. But the way that you operate is different than how this person operates. And because we're in, duality, like the yin and yang of life, you are dealing with someone that doesn't process emotions or approach them in the same way that you do. And this reading does come in to let you know that this is more about them, their autonomy to approach you with this question or whatever it is. I keep on saying question. It's completely up to them, when they really feel comfortable to present this servitude, loss of power, control, and personal power, strength, and determination. See, this both of them talk about power. It's about like how some people genuinely don't know how to do some things. It's very uncomfortable for them. And I really do think that's the motive of this reading, where you might be thinking, like, oh, if they wanted to, they would have. Yeah, sure, in some cases. But in some cases, it comes a bit more easier to others. Then, maybe it comes easy for you to have vulnerable conversations and put yourself out there and pick yourself back up. But for some people, it's really difficult. Some people, they may enjoy the depths but don't know how to sustain it. And again, whenever I explain these things, it's not my motive to justify any behavior, because I'm not in your personal situation. These are general readings, and if you do want me to narrow it down, I am available for personal readings. If you connect with my style of work, if you like how I read, I also have a second channel. The link is given down below. I do post a lot of free content that's based off my own work, trauma guidance, and somatic healing. There's a lot of psychology as well. We have the Six of Wands and the Five of Swords. Again, Six of Wands in reverse is feeling like somewhere this person feels that they're not in this space to ask you this. Oh my god, why do I feel suddenly so sleepy? I feel really sleepy in this energy suddenly. Um, when we're feeling at a loss of composure, or we're scared to do something, it's because that moment our autonomy is subjected to external validation. So till the time they're able to feel a bit more content and confident, I don't think this person will be able to bring forth what you are suspecting, or whatever the situation requires clarification, meaningful connection, because it it's like in your hands, and that is a very vulnerable state for any person. Even if you are not gonna say anything mean, I can see how this can feel uncomfortable for another person. There are certain realizations from their end. Six of Wands in reverse, the Six of Wands again in reverse from another deck, the Four of Wands. The question could be about building a meaningful connection. It could be a solution. It could be a conversation. I really have no idea why I keep saying question, okay? So, um, for a lot of you, this could be about maybe reconciliation or commitment, realistically. So, the Four of Wands is I want to create a solid foundation, but how do I create a solid foundation when my sense of self-worth is being derived from you? This is a very subjective and a personalized reading. I think that for specific situations it would fit like a glove, but I'm not able to, sometimes when I channel readings I'm not able to sense what is the situation. So I'm not exactly understanding what does it mean that you have that validation, you have that power. So maybe sometimes when we do have that feeling, it's like that person has the power to crush our heart. This can also talk about self assurity within oneself. It could talk about self trust, like no matter what's the outcome, I am going to be okay. And that usually comes from a place of really taking care of yourself, where you don't just collapse and fall apart at the words and the actions of another person. It is a lot of inner child work. It's a lot of inner child work. This type of confidence does not come by achieving more things on the outside. This confidence comes from doing more of inner work. I'm gonna take one of these, okay? We have deceit, betrayal, and manipulation. So it's possible they could have done something. To some of you, you are in university, you have university plans. This person could live close by to your university. You could have met them at your university, college, school program. Um, I'm seeing horse riding. So with deceit, I do feel that there's something. I'm seeing like double-breasted coats or like these puffy sleeves, shoulders. They are worried. It could talk about maybe if there's not active deceit or something that they've done. It's more of a situation where they're still hiding this. This person, if it's about a proposal or a commitment, they want to do something special. They want to plan a dinner or they want to ask you out. This is more of a masculine feminine dynamic where this person does want to treat the woman right and do all of those things that they do for a woman, when they're trying to court her, date her, or ask her out. It could be along the lines of all of those things. We have the Two of Pentacles. um I'm thinking about what would be your preference. That's what I'm really thinking. The flowers, or maybe, I'm looking at your likes on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest. I mean, how can you look at somebody's likes on Pinterest? But I'm looking at your choices. I'm looking at the colors that you really like. I'm really noticing and really dialing in within you. Um, I might be slightly obsessive. I'm also a bit possessive. Ace of Swords in reverse. I'm not going to tell you, maybe this has been in planning for a few months or a year, but I'm not going to tell you because I need this power. This decision might be in good faith, I don't know. Spirit, the intentions are right, but the place at which it's coming from is what makes me feel like um I'm not getting a very secure feeling. That doesn't have to be a bad thing. Maybe it's the, cold feet or jitters before it. But I'm not feeling a very positive vibe from it. It's something is I'm seeing something is in your hands that makes them feel weak about them. So it could literally be, like maybe the jitters of it. Maybe I am not sure. Maybe it's not that deep for some of you. Maybe it is that deep for some of you. It depends where you are coming from with this person. The Hanged Man. You've been seeing this connection at a standstill. We have Four of Wands, Magician. This person has very deep feelings. This person has very serious feelings for you. This person has um plans to lock you down. That's what I feel, okay? So pile number 3, this was your reading. I'm going to leave it your information for personal readings is given down below. I'm going to see you guys in another one. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 4. So you chose make a change, welcome change into your life. So this seems like a reconciliation pile to me. This person seems very down and dirty for you. You don't know that you have this person on your pinky. Some of you, if this is a long distance situation, this person is getting very serious about you. willing to make things move around. I'm getting a very strong sexual energy. um I'm seeing a wristwatch, a silver wristwatch. It looks like a female wristwatch, women's wristwatch. I'm seeing a silver band, a wedding band, a golden one, two two rings that are in those advertisement. They're like intertwined, two rings in those ring bands advertisement. This person feels like you are slipping out of their hands. They have done something to really disappoint you. I'm seeing something about a marketplace. I don't know if you roam around, if you have a shop in the market, if you have like family business, if you have market work. I don't know if you're roaming in the market right now. The panther, this is fire. Is it fire? I'm seeing more of water energy with this, honestly. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You can take any signs, honestly, but I'm getting so much water here. Like, they're seeing you as someone that's mad at them or is ferociously protective. Like, you give me a very mama bear, or lioness, mama lioness, very ferocious. Like, this is the anger of someone who cares, who is right, and someone who's just protecting themselves. So they're not seeing it as something that's not justified. In fact, I don't know why do they find it really attractive. I wonder if this is someone who feels like you care about me because you're creating such a fuss around it. It's not the healthiest thing. It could really drive someone crazy, but I'm hearing from spirit that them seeing this side of you is not something negative. It's just sometimes, or maybe in a long time, they haven't seen you. um I'm not getting a bad vibe from this. Like, they just realize that you really do care, and that makes, I don't know, pheromones, something is so uh attractive. I'm hearing a dad body, I'm hearing daddy, but I'm not hearing it. It's like this person's physiology is acting like, I want to mate with this, I want to have a family with this person. I'm really seeing it like it's coming down to that primal level. um I take cards as I feel guided to. Upright reverse, yeah. Six of Cups in reverse. It's a yearning sense where somebody feels also like there's a ticking bomb, like a timer that's gone up, and this person feels like I gotta really make things happen now. Um, you could have been a separation. This seems more like a no contact situation to me. It doesn't have to be, but um, I don't think the situation has been the healthiest. Two of Pentacles. I'm gonna take three of them. Okay, this one and this one in reverse. Star, Ace of Swords in reverse. This person has really pissed you off, and you are almost checked out, and they know it, and you know it. So I think a lot of questions that you ask is like, I don't know if you guys are like really broken hearted, because I'm feeling it, and they feel that they can't get it right, or they're just not getting it right, and there's something about unrealistic or unexpected, I don't know, expectations, that you may be feeling that what and who am I even asking. And it could be that this is a spiritual connection, so it ends up making you feel like you're the one who's insane, but you're not. And spirit wants to give yourself more compassion and grace, because you do have feelings for someone, and it's not as easy as A B C D to cut them out. But there's something that you want more from them, and I don't feel like there's malicious intent, but there's some sort of intimacy barrier with this person. Why they're not going all in, and that's what your maternal instinct or your gut feeling or just your femininity tells you, that this man is not the one, or he's not giving me what I want, or I don't know, if you just feel like that you deserve better. I keep on seeing an airplane. It's like they want to do something big. Truth in reverse. I want you to know that the way you're seeing this situation and what you're saying to this person, everything is landing correctly. How you're seeing this situation, what you're thinking about yourself. If you need a timeout, if you need to date somebody else. I think there are endless ways in which you are thinking about moving on or what you want. And I feel like how you're seeing them is still covered a little bit with dysfunctionality, and when you get a bit away from this person or you take time, you're able to see the situation correctly. So I could understand maybe why this seems toxic when you get close to them, but when I see you being a bit away, you're able to think things through. They could be a very possessive person who wants to have their cake and eat it too. This person stalks your profile a lot. The Ten of Wands. I'm hearing I spoke to my mother about you. So it's that you are that valuable and serious, but to them, but you're not feeling valued. And they're very aware of that. So this is like a damage control situation for them. I'm hearing I gotta get my girl back. Upright, reverse, upright, okay. Three of Cups is this fear that I'm gonna lose them to somebody else, and Spirit is saying that that fear is working in your favor. I'm getting a sense that you might get back with them. Something good is about to come out of this situation, whether it's you get free from it or this resolution comes through, you get closer. But I feel more like it's an independent win on your end, especially if you're a woman. This is gender non-specific. um I'm picking up on a woman over here. The Death in reverse. Teachings and new day. I wonder if there's a new soulmate coming in your life. This, I'm seeing a very mini skirt. Someone that you feel more passion, someone who's more attractive, someone who's a 10 on 10 for you. Might take a while, 5 months, 4 months, but it's there. It's yours to have. I just want to let you know that. So, what about this person? I mean, the universe is like, just trust me, baby, just trust me. I'm gonna get you the best. Two of Cups. I know that this is about them, but Spirit's like, babe, I've got something better. You want to give this love to them, but you're so resentful towards them. It's like, I also feel like you've lost respect. You kind of see them as like a clown. Um, I don't think that's a good sign when you start looking at a man like he's a clown. You have lost respect for him. So it's kind of difficult to like trust and lean into his leadership once you see him as a clown, you know. We have the Five of Pentacles. So they do feel like they're gonna chase you, or they want to chase you, and I feel like it's possible they are in their own way. I keep on seeing a market and then shopping bags. I keep on hearing market. It's not a mall. And then shopping bags. Some of you are traveling Thailand, Bali, or somewhere, and I'm seeing you in really funky dresses, flowy dresses. I think a trip would really help you set things in perspective. Passions and interests. I'm gonna say that not only do they notice that you have a lot of pastimes, I feel like they are thinking that you'd be going on dates, or you could be, or you can anytime soon, and that's really fucking bothering them. That's really bothering them. I also feel like you have a lot of things to keep yourself busy with. Even if that's not true, I feel like it's possible that you are quite busy, but this person is like, they're not going to pay attention to me. They feel like you have a fuller life. Okay, this person seems like they're on a distance, but they feel like they've met the one. It's quite a lot about the difference of capacity. I don't see them being malicious, but they are a bit of like, they go a bit lenient, they're not somebody very decisive or leadership kind. If you're looking for a man that's more um strong in that sense, strong leadership skills, I feel like he's not that, maybe at least not you. A gathering around the power of community. There's something about like this person, you don't respect them anymore, the way that I'm seeing this gathering around the power of community. I really want to tell you that there's more support for you available and will show up if you want to find somebody else. Honestly, I don't know why Spirit's kind of selling you on this, but generally, like, they're like, as much as there's free will, they're kind of trying to tell you and lead you to a situation that's more deserving of you. It's like, this person is not bad, but they're not the best for you, okay? And they might know that, they don't, but they're still gonna reach for a baddie once they get one, right? That's what I'm already, oh, that's just what I'm gonna say, and that's what I've been feeling. Like, just like the thing that that's been circling around, like, people give you what they have, but what you deserve is what you give, and the universe is literally you pushed out, and they're like, you deserve better. That's why the universe, like, we can give you more. This person, mm, they're like they're like a 5 or an 8, but they want to give you a 15 on 10. It's somebody that really fits you, somebody that is more better, more passionate, more sexier, um more masculine, perhaps, stronger testosterone. Like, that's what I'm really feeling for you. The starfish is signifying that, yeah, they're fine, they're all right, they're good. But they want to tell you there's more, and I think that this is coming from your higher self. This person could have a wandering eye in a journey. I actually want to say you're too good for this person. I think I've been hinting that throughout this reading. In terms of energy, I really don't have any motive to say that, but you already know that because I haven't seen you. I don't know your personal situation. If you do want me to read for you, if you like how I read or you're resonating with your information, is given down below for personal readings. Inner journey is something that you're gonna have to decide. What is it that you think you deserve? You may linger around, you may play with this, toy with this, but eventually, I think deep down you know that you're kind of getting done with this. It's boring. It's not seductive enough anymore. It's because your energy has ascended. It's grown. It's elevated. So you and the shopping bags could talk about maybe like, let's look around for more before we decide that this is what we want for the rest of your life. Some of you could be a single mom actually. If you feel like you're too much, I just want you to know that there is someone who is actually looking for, I'm not even someone, it's not just one. There's people out there out of the fucking 8 billion. You have seen barely 50,000 of them out of 8 billion, and you think that there's nobody else that can, like, I don't know, spark your freak again. Your sacral and your desire being dull and your libido dying around this person is a signifier that you're a bit unalive around them. You're not that attractive, they don't spark, they don't pique your interest. Your sacral always tells you that. So it's not about like how we get crazy around toxic chemistry. I'm saying like healthy sexuality is a thing. An appetite, a big appetite, even in terms of food and for life and sex, is a very healthy drive. So I feel like if you're not feeling that spicy, and that's quite a significator that this is not, I'm not sure how to tell you this. It's a lot about just like they think they do, but they're not reaching that bigness, that grandiose, that big, just that large volume of energy within you. You've outgrown some part of this, and they're always trying to reach, like make this feel enough, and they feel like they're not enough, and I keep on seeing a diamond ring that they want to put a ring on, and they're serious as much as they can. But then there's you, and you're just like, I guess I'll take it, like it's good. But you're craving that spark inside, and that's what they really want you to think about, you know. uh Education, upright, reverse, upright, or reverse, learning and teaching. It's almost like you're almost done with whatever was to be extracted from this situation. It's like you're looking for more. Okay, pile number 4. This was your reading. I'm gonna leave it here. Information, personal readings is given down below, and I'm gonna see you guys in another one. Bye bye.